Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, well, happy Friday afternoon, everyone. Here we go. Basically, the downhill slide now directly into the weekend. And I tell you what, in fact, you probably don't even need me to tell you, it is going to be a hot one out there today. It's hot already. And in fact, we're on our way to a daytime high right around 97, very close to a record high. I'll show you that coming up. A fairly light southerly wind, generally sunny as we go through the day. Now, this is where we started the morning. There was a little bit more in the way of drier air off to the northwest. And in fact, overnight lows out the door this morning were quite a bit more temperate. In fact, we had several locations in the lower 60s. Bowie down to 61 degrees nice again earlier this morning. Meanwhile, here in the Metroplex, lower to mid 70s out the door. So just a little more mild here. Radar review here, completely quiet in North Texas, simply put, nothing going on. And in fact, really across the southern plains, nothing going on. But as you look off to the north, you do see an area of rain, a little bit of thunder mixed in there from parts of the Corn Belt there in Iowa, all the way down into Missouri. That's just ahead of an upper level storm system that is currently pinwheeling through the northern plains. The only reason why that's important for us here in North Texas is take a look at this here. It's this little blue line. Of course, this is what we call a cold front. And so that cold front is inbound for this upcoming Sunday, very late in the day. The effects are mainly going to arrive on Monday, but we're going to go from these near record high temperatures back to about where we should be for this time of year. We're talking about some upper and then eventually even some mid 80s showing up as we go through a good part of next week. You can see behind the front, not that there's necessarily a big push of cooler air, even though parts of the northern tier, the northern states, will definitely have a taste of fall there. But again, that air mass will definitely modify or warm before it makes it here in North Texas. So simply put, it's not going to be a major air mass change, but the bottom line is it's going to give us some heat relief, and it's going to make things begin to at least shift in the fall. So some good news will be happening with that front. Again, you can see that area of counterclockwise spin. That is the jet stream storm system associated with the front. And again, you can see it really hightailing it off there to the east. That will be the trend and the motion there as we go through the day. Again, back here in the southern plains, it's all about the end of summer heat dome, the ridge, the area of high pressure, whatever you want to call it this time of year. Again, it remains in control of our weather. The area of orange you're seeing is just dry air associated with that. So we've got dry air, sinking air, and again, because of all those factors combined, one of the reasons why we really have these mostly sunny skies, hard pressed to even find any cloud cover, and again, temperatures running well above normal. Now, the weather changes that are going to be very important to our forecast beginning late Sunday, it's going to be that area of high pressure I was just talking about. It actually begins to shift out to the west across parts of the Intermountain West and the West Coast. You can see the big ridge developing there. On the front side, you can see the big dip, which would be a storm trough. That's going to allow the front down into our area, but more meaningful as we go through next week, because we stay in this northwesterly flow pattern, there will actually be a secondary push of some less hot temperatures that arrive by the middle parts of next week, Wednesday into Thursday, and we're going to go from the upper 80s to the mid 80s, very dry air, not very humid whatsoever. So we've got a fairly decent forecast on the way for next week. The only problem is we just have to get through a very hot weekend that again is on the way. So otherwise, the model for today, all quiet if you're making Friday evening plans, Friday late night plans, Friday night football plans. Again, everything looking just fine, right? No weather complications showing up whatsoever, even heading into the weekend. Generally dry. The only small opportunity of maybe a stray shower or thunderstorm would be on Sunday as that front moves through. But right now, it's only about a 10% opportunity at best, right? So most of us stay completely dry as we go through the weekend. So 97 for a daytime high today, very close to, look at that record of 99 from back in 2005. By the way, the coolest high temperature ever on today's date in 1974 was 66. So that would also feel good right about now. So generally speaking, mid to mid upper 90s as we go through the afternoon. Might even be a couple locations like Hamilton, even back over through the Hillsboro area. Might try and tap a 100, back down into the 70s overnight, and then we'll do it all over again tomorrow, mid upper 90s to right around 100. It's a very hot forecast heading into the weekend. 10% opportunity of a stray shower thunderstorm on Sunday as the front arrives, but behind the front, there it is, upper 80s going to the mid 80s, very dry air. Great looking forecast early next week.